me a good demo man? If I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be sitting here discussing. Let's do it! Not one of you's gonna survive this!
With my apologies.
Crossed wire, one wayward pinch of potassium chloride, one errant twitch, and come... They got a manky eye. I'm a black Scottish cyclops. They got more feckin' sea monsters in the Great Loch Ness than they got the likes of me. So, tall you fine dandies, so proud, so cocksure, prancing aboot with your heads full of eyeballs. Come and get me, I say. I'll be waiting on you with a whipping old brimstone. I'm a grim-blooded fable with an unhappy bloody end. Oh, they're going to have to glue me back together in hell! They got more feckin' sea monsters in the Great Loch Ness than they got the likes of me.